Hey everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. Today we are in the garden and it's nice and chilly, so I'm all bundled up, but hopefully those will come off a little bit as it gets warmed up. And right now we're getting ready to plant a Weigela in the garden, and we're going to also plant some rosemary in the potager. We're going to try to overwinter it there. I don't think it's going to work, but I want to try. I'm going to cover it with a couple of covers that I have and see how it goes. Maybe we'll get a mild winter and it will actually make it through. Each pot that I buy every year is about $20, so it's fairly, expensive. And I love the rosemary, I love the way it smells, I love the scent of it, and I like the taste of it. So I want to keep it in my garden every year, and if I find out that I can overwinter it this way, that would just be a big bonus. We're also going to plant some bulbs today. So I'm not sure which ones. I'm going to have to look in my box because I have hundreds of them, and we'll decide which ones we get going on. So my name is Soleil, and I garden in a Zone 5B in mid-Michigan, and welcome to the Suburban Oasis channel. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, feel free to do that as well. All right, let's get going. Okay, so here we are in the lawn border, and this is a gorgeous maple tree. It's going to continue to grow up and be very nice and tall, and so I thought that it would be nice to fill in the area behind it, probably right about where I'm standing actually, because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this this arborvitae bush for, I don't know, the rest of its life or not. I still haven't decided on that one. I might give it a few more years to see how it goes. So I do have some phlox that are back here that are in the way, so I need to dig those out. But then we are going to plant this gorgeous Sonic Bloom, and this is the pink version, and it is a reblooming Weigela. So it will be absolutely stunning. It is hardy down to zone 4. It gets about 4 to 5 feet tall and wide, so about up to here. And again, this is going to continue to grow taller, but I think it will be a nice shrub to fill in this area here. And it blooms spring and summer, and it really, Weigelas do pretty good in my garden here as long as they get enough sun. And this is pretty much a full sun border at this point, so I think it's going to be great. Now what I'm going to do with these phlox is I'm just going to move them behind this arborvitae shrub. No, I'm not. I'm going to decide if I'm planting it someplace else in a bit. Let's get this shrub planted first. Now whenever I use this shovel, I always get questions about what it is. This is my Root Slayer perennial shrub shovel, and it is fantastic. It cuts through soil so well, and I highly recommend it, and I am not sponsored for that. There is a link to it in the description of the video. So if you're interested in getting one and trying it out, I think you'll love it. Definitely like gardener's best friend. The roots on this look nice. It's not even root bound or anything, so that is great. There is a little bit of moss growing on the top here, so I'm just going to get that off. All right. It actually has one little teeny tiny bloom on it, so let me get this filled in and I'll bring you up close to show you what it looks like. So I think this is going to look really nice back here because it's some excellent green foliage, and this Japanese maple right here is a red-orange foliage, so that will be absolutely beautiful. So this is the tag right here, and isn't that gorgeous? Just look at the blooms on it. So pretty. And over here we also have a Weigela that blooms in around May, and it has a lighter pink bloom, but won't it be wonderful if those two are blooming at the same time? That would be amazing. Now another shrub that I want to move is this spirea. This is a superstar spirea. It is a branch cutting that I took, and I just want to get it out of here, and I have to decide where I'm going to put it, but I think this is where I'm going to put the flax now, so I think it'll work out good. And there's another flax that's right here. So the things that I just did really don't make a big impact right now. But the thing is about gardening is that you're always thinking about the future. You're using your imagination and drawing pictures and images in your mind to think about what the colors are and the contrasts are and how things looked in the garden when it was its most full, and filling in the gaps and finding spaces for those things that you think will continue to make it better or enhance your enjoyment of it. So we're really forward thinking, we're very hopeful, and next spring these things are going to look beautiful. Next summer they're going to look beautiful. It's going to be great. So let's move on to the rosemary now. Okay guys, I've wrestled this rosemary free from its pot so that I don't have all of the soil and all of the root ball to have to plant. And what we're going to do is get it into the ground, put this cage around it, and then we're going to put this pop-up over the cage. The soil in this garden has gotten so much better over the years. It really hasn't taken too much effort on my part. And mostly the worms and all the little nematodes and fungi and all that have done their work and broken things down for me. And it is amazing and friable now. It used to be heavy clay soil. So next we're just going to take this cage, which I got from Gardener's Supply Company. I believe this is the pepper version. Ooh, I broke a sprig. It smells so good. And these are part of the Titan cage series. They're really great. I love them. And what we're going to do is get this around the rosemary, and then we can again just pop this cover over it. These covers will add at least a zone of protection. So being 5B, that will bring this up to about a 6B. Now, I can also take some little ground staples that I have and put them all around the bottom, and that will help to hold this in place if there's any wind. But I found that with these Titan cages underneath of them, I really don't even need to do that. It's quite amazing. It's almost like they were made to go together. These I got on Amazon. I'm not sure if I have a link in the description or not, so I'll make sure to add one before this video goes out. But they work really good because they have a mesh panel at the top that you can also close over. So if you leave it open, it actually can get the moisture and rain and everything that the plants need. Now it's nice and warm today, it's going to be, and it's also going to be nice and warm for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. We'll just store it over the other one, and then when I need to at night, I can actually just come in and put it over this. So yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty well. And what I might do when it starts to get even colder is take 2 of those and try to put them over this so that I get 2 zones of protection, which is what I probably really need to overwinter this rosemary here in zone 5B. All right, let's get on to planting some bulbs. While we're out here in the potager, I thought I would also give you a quick update on a couple other things that are going on out here. So I took the obelisks out of the 2 pots that had the clematis in them, and after I planted the clematis out, I brought them over here because I seem to have a lot of problems with the rabbits. They really enjoy these 2 serviceberry shrubs, so they've had a bit of a struggle trying to get thick enough and tall enough to actually really establish. This year was the first year I got some good berries on them, and I really enjoyed them. They're excellent eating, so I'm trying to protect them a little bit and also make it look pretty over the winter, so hopefully this works. And then over here, you can see I have a row cover. Let me just turn the camera a little so you can see it better. It's a little late in the season, but I thought it would be fun just to experiment with pushing the boundaries, and so I'm planting some kale that's underneath of here. And these row covers also have a mesh over the top, and then I've just added some staples on both ends because the landscape staples are definitely necessary with this type because it does blow away in the wind otherwise. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this will do because kale is a really good cool season vegetable, and if it stays decent through the month of November, I could at least get some baby kale out of it and have something pretty to look at as well. Okay guys, this is my box full of bulbs. And these are all from Color Blends. They're wholesale bulbs. And I think what I'd like to do is, these are my daffodil bags and they look like they're starting to come out, but I think they're going to be okay for a little bit longer. So let's start with this bag. This bag has Gloria the Snow, which is the Echinodaxa, and that's the lavender blue flower with white, and it blooms really early in the spring and it gets about 3 to 5 inches tall. So I think these will be really pretty, and they definitely look like they're ready to be planted because they're actually starting to kind of push out. And then we have some alliums. These are those beautiful Schubertii alliums. I love these. These look like fireworks. And these are a light rose. They bloom very late. They are almost a summertime bulb. And they grow about 18 to 22 inches tall. So these have a very ornamental and very, I don't know, sculptural, architectural look in the garden. So they're beautiful. I only have 5 of those. They're a little bit more expensive. And then I have the drumstick alliums, Sphaerocephalon alliums. There's 100 of these. These bloom very late. These are also more of a summertime bulb. They have a cute little purplish head on them. They're very tall and skinny, so they provide a really nice little area effect where you plant them. And then let's see, what do we have here? We have hyacinths. So these are blue jacket hyacinths, and these are deer resistant. So I think I'm going to plant a few of these in the way back garden, and these look like they are starting to root already. So it's definitely good that we're getting started on the bulb planting journey. All right, let's find where we're going to put these. Because this garden bed faces south, I thought this would be a really great place for me to put some of those Schubertii alliums. I think I want to put some of the hyacinths in here as well. So we'll put 3 of them right in here. Those should be really pretty until the hostas come up in this area. have some daffodils in here already, so what I'm going to do is intersperse the hyacinths with those, because there's also a giant hosta that comes up in here later on. This path here has a lot of hostas in it, just along the edge. So there's not much that happens in the springtime. So I think these little chinodaxas are going to be beautiful. I think they're called Glory of the Snow is the other term for them. So nice and early blooming. We'll put handful of them together kind of along here, and I think it'll be a really nice way to kind of provide some naturalizing of bulbs and some cute little woodland bulbs in here. I'm putting a lot in each hole because they are so small. Let me show you how small these are. So these go point side up. Some bulbs, it can be hard to tell which way to put them up, and if that's the case, no worries, just put them sideways and they'll find their way up. Even sometimes if you plant them upside down, they'll find their way up. Put in about 10 of these in each hole. All right, we've got all of those planted. That's great. I think these hyacinths will look really pretty along the front of the border on this side and on the other side. So let's get these in. These hyacinths are called Blue Jacket, and they actually, to me, look really purple. So I actually have 17 left. I was hoping for 18 so I could do 3 patches of 3, but we'll do 3 patches of 3 on one side and 2 patches of 3 and 1 patch of 2 on this side. I think there's daffodils over here, but I'm not seeing any markers, which is really weird. I'm not digging any of them up though, which is good. I'm just going to point out what somebody else pointed out on one of my videos the other day, which is that I am actually able to bend my knee and squat down now. It is so amazing. I can't do it for super long, but boy, will I take it. Next gardening season is going to be so much better. All right, I'm going to put the last 2 Schubertii in this bed in either corner. So I'm going to put one right over in here, and I'm going to put one right over there. We'll see how they do. So I think we're gonna skip the drumstick alliums today because, well, we have a lot of them and they're very small, but I want to get some of the daffodils going, and this whole bed behind me has barely any of them in it, so let's get some in here. I also want to get some back in the woodland garden and in the garden bed with the ladyhead. So we're just gonna go and let's do some daffodils. So I ordered these daffodils. They're wholesale, bought from Color Blends, and this is the top 40 daffodil mix. So there's 100 of them in each bag, so I have 200 daffodils. It is impossible to tell which daffodil is which within this bag, so this will definitely be more of a naturalized approach to planting. It won't be like groups of white and groups of doubles. It's all going to be together, so it'll be really fun to see come up in spring. Now, when I plant, and I have to plant lots of bulbs like this, I will plant maybe 3 bulbs per hole, sometimes less depending on if it's like already a double bulb or something, but that way it goes faster and they start out looking like established clumps. All right, let's put some bulbs in these holes. I don't think I'm gonna get 3 in each one. Check out these bulbs. They are so big. They are massive, which is kind of exciting because what I'll do then is just put 1, 2, 3 like that. Whoops. And that'll be 3. Well, I'm about 3/4 of the way through this daffodil bag, which is great. But that means I have a quarter of this one, a whole nother one, and then like 200 tulips along with some other bulbs as well. So I'm gonna keep plugging away at it, and I hope you guys are enjoying your fall, getting out and doing some transplanting and planting some bulbs and looking forward to the spring display. Thinking about planning your garden for next year can be so much fun. Well, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!